Can two irreconcilable political ideologies, imperialism and communism, forge an alliance? The question at hand is whether two fundamentally opposed political camps, namely imperialism and communism, can form a partnership. To answer succinctly, while a genuine and lasting alliance is highly improbable, history has shown that they can form temporary, strategic alignments for short-term mutual benefit. Fundamental ideological differences. The communist camp. In political philosophy, communism aims to establish a classless, stateless, and propertyless society. This ideology posits that the conflict between the oppressor and the oppressed is the root of societal problems, and the solution is for the working class to seize power and collectivize property. Consequently, communism views imperialism, the system by which one nation dominates other lands and peoples, as the highest stage of capitalism and its primary enemy. The imperialist camp. In direct contrast, this camp is founded on hierarchy and a class-based society. Its goal is to expand a nation's power and territory by bringing other peoples under its control. This directly clashes with the fundamental communist goals of global equality and the abolition of class structures. Historical examples of unlikely alliances. History demonstrates that politics often creates strange bedfellows. Ideological animosity can be temporarily set aside to confront a common enemy or to achieve a short-term strategic advantage. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, 1939. Despite being ideological enemies, Nazi Germany and the Communist Soviet Union signed a non-aggression pact and secretly divided Poland between them. This agreement was a strategic move by both sides to avoid a two-front war at the time. World War II. The capitalist nations of the United States and Great Britain allied with the Communist Soviet Union to defeat Nazi Germany. This alliance was forged out of necessity due to the existence of a dangerous and common foe. U.S.-China rapprochement. In the 1970s, U.S. President Richard Nixon initiated a rapprochement with Communist Chinese leader Mao Zedong. This strategic alignment was primarily aimed at counterbalancing the power of the Soviet Union. The Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939. In this conflict, monarchists, fascists, and other right-wing forces collaborated to fight against Republicans, socialists, and communists. The Greek Civil War, 1946 to 1949. This example, however, illustrates the more typical conflict. In Greece, a communist-led insurgency fought against the monarchist-backed government, highlighting the natural animosity between the two ideologies. The reason for these unusual alignments. The primary driver for such unexpected collaborations is not ideological agreement, but strategic necessity. A common enemy. When the greatest and most immediate threat comes from a mutual enemy, it becomes possible to put ideological differences aside temporarily and cooperate. Interest-based relationships. Alliances can be formed based on mutual interests, e.g., economic or security-related, rather than shared beliefs. Conclusion. Therefore, it is highly unlikely that the two camps of imperialism and communism can form a true and lasting partnership, as their core ideologies are fundamentally opposed. One seeks to expand a system of hierarchy and domination, while the other strives to dismantle it. However, in the world of politics, the saying, "the enemy of my enemy is my friend," often holds true. Thus, they might enter into a temporary marriage of convenience to counter a stronger, common foe or to secure a short-term strategic gain. If such an alignment were to occur, it should be understood not as a genuine union, but as a suspicious, temporary collaboration where each party is acting in its own self-interest.